Hey, what's up? This is Jordan Wagner with PremierGuitar.com, and I'm here today with the new Mesa Boogie RA-100 Royal Atlantic amplifier head. Now, the Royal Atlantic is Boogie's attempt to do something a little bit different. They're known for their, that crisp American high gain tone and a very almost hi-fi sounding clean tone. Starting off in the Royal Atlantic is two channels, one for clean, which is voiced more for that, traditional American quality. It's got an awful lot of headroom, sounds really amazing, very clean and crisp and three-dimensional, with a killer reverb section, which can be controlled from the back of the amp. The second channel handles all the overdrive tones, and it's a dual mode second channel. So you have master high and master low, which master low controls the volume for the low gain aspects, and when you kick in the master high, this is the volume control for that. Each channel has its own 3-band EQ of mid-range, treble, and bass, and gain, and also is governed from the multi-soak system, which can be altered from the back of the amp. Now, the multi-soak feature was developed with the Transatlantic series in mind, which the Royal Atlantic is the big, head honcho of. Those amps were designed for studio use and for small club gigging with their low wattage. But this amp being 100 watts, switchable between 50 and 100 from the standby switch, it was obviously meant to be playing much larger gigs. But that small amp mentality of being able to crank the power section but not have a whole lot of volume hitting you in the face at the same time is how the multi-soak feature was developed. So on the back of the amp, the multi-soak can be turned on or turned off for each individual channel and actually mode. The low gain and high gain and clean modes all have their own multi-soak knob on the back of it, which you can select all the way from the amp's full bore 100 watts down in 4 decibel increments all the way down to negative 16 decibels, which is roughly around 3 watts. This makes the Royal Atlantic just super useful in the studio all the way to the stage. There you can get a ton of power section drive out of it, which by the way is powered by 4 EL34 power tubes, so you get that really great British crunch. If you so desire. You can also select it to have 6L6s via the bias switch on the back of the amp that you find in most Mesa Boogie high wattage amps. Now I'm going to play some tones from you from the amp right now using this Fender Classic Player Series Stratocaster and this Gibson Les Paul Traditional. And mind you, the first channel for clean was voiced for those crisp American clean tones, whereas the overdrive channel, being Royal Atlantic from both sides of the pond, was voiced more for a British vein, like the old school Marshall type crunch and old school Vox AC30 type feel, but with Mesa's own signature footprint on it. And it's something that sounds very different and feels very different from any other Mesa Boogie amp that I've played. It's a lot spongier than what I'm used to from one of their amps. It's still got that, crisp high fidelity tone to it, but there's a lot more give in the mid-range and a lot softer bottom end, and it's really unique and actually really cool. So yeah, here we go. So there you have it. That's Mesa Boogie's Royal Atlantic amplifier head. Street price on the head is $18.99. The combo version is $21.49, the 2x12 combo version. And you can read my full review online in much greater detail as a November web exclusive on PremierGuitar.com, which is completely free. So again, this is Jordan Wagner, and thanks for watching.